What's poppin' Knights? It's OnoKage, otherwise known as the King, and I come to you with something new. So, Boruto. He's a character that's lived in infamy amongst Naruto fans for his entire conception. But I want to ask you this. Is it warranted? His show has been going on for a few years now, and I realized that I've seen every episode, pretty much. I'm not entirely caught up. I just stopped at when Boruto went to Squid Games. But I feel it's strange that I cannot remember any plot point from any episode aside from the events that happened in the Boruto movie and the car organization. And it got me wondering, is Boruto really that forgettable? I'm making a what if series on this dude, and I don't know anything about what I'm writing, so I have to rewatch the show. And I decided that you're going to have to suffer through the show with me, or we won't suffer and we'll actually enjoy the experience that we're going through together. This has been a video that's been on my mind for a while now, and I think that we can get something new and also some content on the channel because we're starving for content, right? So, come with me and let's rewatch the first arc of Boruto. Let's get into it. Woo!
Don't no time to waste, the king is into
Beast
Your
mode.
ninjas better hide away before I drop the beast bomb. Not to win this fairy tale, I got the heat flow. Back the lead in the trunks, I got the heat dome. Got the flow going crazy, that's a shuttle clone. I switch it up and interchange, and yeah, that's how the story goes. Sharingan or Rinnegan, pick one. Either way, you'll stay gone, cause bygones ain't bygones. Then in my hand, make your all go and run. If I just pull that rock, you are so stay like a Picasso. These hands is napalm. Fuck around and find out what I breathe with the sample. Something with the greats like an ape to a prince. Oh, I'm a king, what you tell me with no prince? Look, got the knife right behind me in the back. Still gonna fall down when the dogs attack. Oh, like you know, see, I'm the leader of the pack. So what you lay down, bitch, pay respect. Hey.
We start Boruto with the Academy Arc. I'll give my final thoughts of the entire arc at the end, but episode 1 was Boruto Uzumaki. We start the episode with a flash forward that I'm pretty sure got forgotten about, but it does start off with one of the most badass lines you could say in Naruto. The age of shinobi is over. It's a chilling line, honestly, and starting off with the flash forward is a very interesting take, showing us Kawaki way before he was introduced into the show. And seeing who Kawaki is now that he's in the show and his character's being developed, it's super engaging to wonder what drives him to this point to where he's at odds with Boruto, his brother. That's one thing that I loved about this intro, but I actively hate the intro of Boruto's first arc. Now, let me be clear, the visuals themselves are awesome. I love the color schemes that Boruto goes with, especially in all his intros. It always looks beautiful, intros and outros. But this song that they chose does not get my blood pumping for an action shonen anime. I will say though, Naruto's first intro did have the same problem, only with the Japanese intro though. The English intro was hype as shit. But not to discredit the Japanese intro too much. Simply because that one was so gritty with the animation. Everything felt visceral with it. It was beautifully animated. But when I tune into a shonen anime where guys are beating the hell out of each other, I want to get hype at the start. You know, Boruto's intro felt more like a slice of life. While Naruto's intro may having a similar feel and vibe to it, the animation and the imagery that they were showing was way more visceral, dirty, and juxtaposing with the music. However, that was a very common trend at the time. Naruto's intro did get a lot better going forward, but at the start, I guess you could say at the level, it's just that Boruto's intro feels more slice of life than action. And that's pretty much all I have to say that's negative about this first episode. It was awesome. I love Boruto's friendship with Shikadai, and they did a great job at showing the differences and similarities between Naruto and Boruto. Like, Boruto doesn't care about being a ninja, even though he's a natural genius. Meanwhile, Naruto was garbage as a ninja, but that's all he ever wanted. They are similar, especially in their dismissive nature towards things that are annoying, and their drive to help other people despite of themselves. As a main character in a shonen, that's always an awesome trait. It makes Boruto immediately likable in spite of his major character flaw, which we will get into. I promise it is too hard to ignore. But let's stay positive. Like I said, the only negative feelings I have towards this first episode is the intro. Other than that, this first episode was awesome. I loved the visual storytelling with Boruto's eye. All we know so far is that it gives him the ability to see hidden chakra, and it gives us insight on the villain, opening an awesome mystery to follow. So let's hope the second episode keeps up the fire. Episode 2 is the Hokage's son, Boruto's first day of school, and it starts with Inojin coming in clowning hard on Boruto. And honestly, I missed that personality trait of his. He was savage. I based the character Inosuke off of his personality initially, but going on in later seasons, they changed up Inojin's character to make him softer and kinder towards everybody, where his mouth isn't running off so much, and it just kind of makes the character boring. But then we get introduced to Iwabi, who is the main point of contention for this episode. And his first scene is calling out the entirety of Boruto. And I don't mean the character, I mean the show. Damn, ain't none of y'all new ninja shit. Oh, did y'all just hear something? Because I personally can't hear failure. And I know that wasn't the flunky calling us weak. And if it was, you ain't gonna do shit. Run your lips all you want. I'd rather you run your hands, ninja. Because unlike all you punk ass ninjas, I am a warrior. So we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. Run them fists. Oh, look, everybody, he went silent. Like a bitch. Hey, man, what's your problem, dude? My problem is that this school used to mean something, little ninja. It used to train people for war. Now it's a goddamn daycare for all you ninjas. But other than that, Iwabe's kind of a dork. I did love the fight between him and Boruto. The callbacks between Kakashi and Sasuke were really cool, as well as the callbacks with the Uzumaki barrage, Iwabe just being a wall of muscle. It was a really cool fight scene and animated beautifully. The main point of this episode, though, was helping Iwabe break out of his funk, as well as developing Boruto's identity as an individual and not just the Hokage's kid. Another good episode, showcasing Boruto's personality, and the outro is stylish as hell. I loved it. So far, we have one good episode, one decent episode. Let's hope episode 3 is good too. Episode 3 is Metal Lee Goes Wild. And it is just Metal Lee Has Anxiety, the episode. And without anxiety, Metal Lee is a goddamned dog. I wish we could see more, but he kind of gets pushed to the back and sidelines, like all good Naruto characters. And we also get to look at the Nara family, Temari, Shikamaru, and Shikadai. And I love their family dynamic, where Shikamaru and Shikadai are exactly the same character. Shikadai has more personal skills, while Temari is a black mother.
Eat yo goddamn rice.
We also get to see a bit more of Boruto's issues with his dad. Let's talk about it. As a fan of the original Naruto series, when we were first introduced to Boruto through the movie, I hated him. I hated him so much. But as I got older and I thought about my non-existent relationship with my dad, yes, I am fatherless scum. But I started to understand where the kid was coming from. I have little brothers, and the old man was never there for any of us. And when I was a kid, that shit hurt. Feeling unwanted, unloved, it sucked. But I got over it. When my little brother cried for our dad, I got angry and demanded his attention for my brother. It's just what a big brother does. So I can understand what Boruto feels. But on the other hand, Naruto actually tries to be there for his kids. But he has one of the most important jobs in the village. The Hokage, the position Naruto's dreamed about since he was a child. And not only is he probably the best Hokage, he is the most progressive Hokage. I mean, in just 6 years, the level of economic growth, industrialization that has happened under his rule is awe-inspiring. Just look at the difference between the village Naruto grew up in and the village he's creating. And not just in the Leaf, Naruto maintains peace throughout the world, basically holding the world hostage. But through his developments and improvements to his own village, the other villagers are taking notice and creating some of those same developments in their own. So suffice to say, the work that Naruto does is invaluable to the village. And Boruto doesn't see that. Boruto grew up through peace, while Naruto grew up through war. And you can see the love that he has for his son through the world that Naruto's built for his son, i.e. the village network system where there's a barrier that senses chakra of any foreign identity. And speaking of network, let's not forget that they also have goddamned Wi-Fi. I see these dudes playing video games at times, wirelessly. And I also want to note that they have trains, as well as the school becoming more soft. Naruto is coddling this generation, unlike Hiruzen. So, the problems that we have with Boruto really do stem from Naruto becoming such a great Hokage. But that's not to detract from Naruto's character. Boruto is immature. As he develops throughout the show, we do see this change in him. So, instead of looking at Boruto with the vitriolic hatred that we all have for him slandering our Hokage Jesus, let's try to remember that he's a kid. And when we get to the point where his character does change, or even small changes in his character, I will make explicit point to notice those. Now, let's move on to the next episode. Hopefully, it's a good one. Oh, no. It's not. Episode 4 of Boruto is Battle of the Sexes. It starts off really slow, but we do get to see new Konohamaru. Enjoy it while it lasts, because this is the only times where he's actually cool. We also get to learn that Boruto and Sarada don't actively hang out. They're not that close of friends. So let's just move on to the next episode. And that's episode 5, the mysterious new transfer student. And this is the introduction of Mitsuki, the savior of this show. And I said I would talk about character designs after the fact, but I just love Mitsuki's design, okay? Behind the piercing yellow eyes, the long sleeves that conceal his arms, and the blank smile so you never know what he's thinking, as well as the asymmetrical design of his shirt, he's just a cool looking character. And early Mitsuki was just a savage, man. He ran on prison rules. Like, you gotta love a character that comes into a show and immediately is ready to kill the first person that talks shit. And Iwabi, it had to be you. It just had to be you, didn't it? You had to run your mouth when this new kid spoke. Now look at you, Iwabi. Stance up with another man behind you, gripping you tightly. I did not think it was Sunday already, and I did not know you were Catholic. But back to the episode. I do love Mitsuki's fighting style, a combination of Orochimaru with more chokeouts. It also does show that Mitsuki has as much intelligence and skill as a Jonin. And poor Shino, by the way. He just had to be these kids' teacher. He is such a good guy, though. He tries his best for his students. But his students just had to be the class of MC. And as you all know, the teacher that teaches the MC always gets left behind. It just happened way too soon. He was one of the most badass genin of Konoha 11, but he got pushed to the sidelines like the rest of Konoha 11. And thanks to our secret villain, his feelings of insecurity and inadequacy as a teacher are being pushed to the surface. And next episode, we get to see Shino trying to kill Boruto, Shikadai, and Mitsuki. I'm actually really excited to see it. So let's hurry up and get to episode 6. The final lesson. It literally starts with Shino being a dog. I loved it. Boruto and Shikadai have rightfully pissed themselves and take off while you-know-who is just chilling on the sidelines getting a bucket of popcorn watching this shit go down. He literally watches these kids running from their lives from a literal hive and says, boring. After Shikadai and Boruto get to safety, he just pops up and says, hey, let's kill him. Excuse you? Now, hold on a second, my boy. You done said that without a hint of hesitation. Like you about to fight a whole ass armada of mosquitoes and win. What are you thinking? I already told you what I'm thinking. Put a cap in his ass, go home, and eat some nice ass ice cream. Oh, okay, now hold on one goddamn minute. He talking like I wasn't just running for my goddamn life. He is hiding something. But shit, if you want to fight, be my guest. Me and Boruto can get away. You know what? That'll work. I got a plan for you. You can fight while me and Boruto, we're not killing anyone. Shut the fuck up, my boy. Ah, yes. Here comes Boruto to remind us that Shino is just a filler villain for this week and help me remember why I forgot this episode. Because in the grand scheme of things, it didn't matter at all. But we did get a really cute ending scene with Boruto, Mitsuki, and Shikadai, as well as a dope scene with Shino and Naruto where Shino shows a lot of respect for Naruto, and it's cool to see how the Konoha 11 have grown and developed. But the episode itself was really enjoyable. I hope episode 7 can be the same. And this is called Love and Potato Chips. And I'm gonna be honest, just from the title, I was expecting this episode to be trash. And I was completely ready to just skim through it and skip most of it. But let me tell you, it starts off slow, but then when it ramps up, it is just constant thrills. And the animation, sweet buttery Jesus, the animation. Why? Why did they put so much thought and care into the incel episode? Oh, yeah, the main villain of this episode is an incel. That is his character. This was a weird episode. The main villain is basically Elliot Rodger, but redeemable. If you don't know who Elliot Rodger is, I suggest you look him up. It is a wild story. I swear to you, it's insane. Long story short, the villain of the week blames the whole world for his inability to talk to females, which is, I assume, a relatable problem for a lot of weebs, but not my knights, because anyone that watches this channel be pulling all the tail or getting the tail. Honestly, it's whatever you prefer. We don't discriminate here. But I do like how this episode focuses on Chocho as the main character. She is one of the characters that broke out the most from her parents. She is just a brand new person, and her personality is actually refreshing. She even told dude at the end, hey, you know what? You kinda handsome. After you get your whole situation figured out, holla at your girl. Girl, you know he likes the class rep. Girl, since when did that matter? I also did enjoy the foreshadowing at the end where the secret villain is stealing chakra from the people that they corrupt. It was really well done. So another secretly really good episode. Let's hope the next one can keep the momentum. And you know what? It kinda does. Episode 8, The Dream's Revelation. Something that I forgot. This episode actually starts with Toneri giving a short monologue, foreshadowing something about Boruto being the key. And if you forgot who Toneri was, let me help you. His big character trait when he was the villain in Naruto The Last was thirst. He wanted to hop up in Hinata's doonies. And you know what? Honestly, I couldn't blame him. I would be the same way. Listen, side note, a girl that I was seeing at the time cosplayed Hinata on my birthday. And it wasn't weird because my birthday was on Halloween, so shut up. And she did it in this outfit. Bro, let me tell you, at that moment in my life, I never related to a villain in an anime so much. I swear to you, God, me and Toneri were one in the heart. We were brothers, blood brothers. As much as he needed the support of Hinata to rebuild his clan, I needed the support of God to you. Okay, but we open this episode with a scene of the Kagemasa film. It's a series of movies in the Boruto universe. And we then cut to Boruto's friends asking if Naruto is as cool as the hero in the movie. We then get to a scene of Naruto being a lovable idiot, and I just gotta say, I love any scene in this show that we get Naruto in. We then get this really cool scene of Boruto summoning his shadow clones so he can recollect events that have been happening throughout the show, trying to figure out who the main villain is. We also get a pretty cool hint at Boruto's insecurities revolving around Naruto. He doesn't want to let this problem just get solved by his dad, because if he does, he'll get sidelined, never getting a chance to stop the person that was hurting his friends. This is a really good scene. It showcases Boruto's immaturity as well as his independence, all through the simple act of him talking to himself about not wanting to ask for help. It's very stupid, but very interesting. And then Mitsuki reveals that he just casually stalks Boruto. And after a while, we also get Toneri again foreshadowing what Boruto's eye could be. But so far from what I've seen from Boruto, if I'm remembering correctly, only matters to this arc. But after that, we get a scene that reveals a lot about Boruto's character. As he meets the film hero, Kagemasa, he reveals his encyclopedic knowledge of everything that happened in every one of Kagemasa's movies, revealing to us that Boruto is a fucking weeb. Then not much happens for a little while. Boruto fights the villain of the week. The animation wasn't really that good. We then get an actually interesting scene of Boruto thinking that his eye might be the Byakugan. He shows his dad, but his dad knows his son doesn't like to train, so they go down to the Hyuga clan house, where we see Hanabi and Hayashi Hyuga. Hayashi has chilled the fuck out like crazy. And Hanabi, the internet is already weird enough about Hanabi's new design. I'm not adding to that after my Hinata bullshit. So let's just go into the next episode. The Proof of One's Self. Episode 9. Boruto versus Hayashi. Never mind, it's Boruto versus Hanabi. And it's beautifully animated. We also get a really good look at Boruto's fighting style when he's trying, and it's a cool mixture of his mother and father. It takes the Hyuga's dance-like movements flowing from one attack to the next and his father's aggressive yet creative fighting style with his own intelligence and foresight, setting up his next attack while he's currently attacking. It's really cool. And after the fight, we get to see how Boruto chooses to hide his emotions, smiling through defeat. And it's revealed that Naruto may be busy with work, but he's constantly watching out for his son, noticing even the smallest things he does, and a very touching conversation with Hayashi, revealing that Naruto believes his son was telling the truth about his eye, which goes nowhere. We also get a very touching conversation with Boruto and Hanabi, where the message is believe in yourself. The fight with Kagemasa was boring, but Boruto and Sada worked well together despite not being the best of friends. You could tell she really didn't want to be there. She was just concerned for Boruto, and the episode ends with Boruto wanting to train, which is a really good thing. Episode 10, The Ghost Incident Investigation. This episode was just kind of boring. There were some key things I didn't know, but this episode was really, really boring. Boruto skipped school to hunt for Ghost. So yeah, Ghost is what Boruto has been calling the weird shadows that corrupt people and bring out the darker emotions. And Shikadai rightfully clowns on Boruto for that stupid name. And then we get a face that lives rent-free in my nightmares. The class now has to do a mentorship service so they can learn the jobs of everybody in the village. But who cares? They're not ninja, but we rolling. Boruto does choose a very smart job, though. He chooses to join the mail delivery service so they can survey the whole village. Very intelligent. Sweet Lord, Naruto's fast. Okay, and then we get this scene. This scene actually confuses me. Because, no, I'm not upset that Boruto's being rude to his dad. As I stated before, I can understand why he's being the way he is. It's just, this scene seems out of character. So far, we've seen Boruto being upset at his dad for being too busy. We've seen him being upset at his dad for not paying attention. And we've seen him upset at his dad for not believing him. Which makes sense to me. You're a kid, you're going to be hurt by those things. But this scene, Naruto is actively paying attention to his son. He spotted him out of a crowd during an important speech and immediately rushed to him just to say hi. And Boruto's being a little shit, which feels weird. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Boruto's at this point in the relationship yet where he's pissed that his dad exists. I would have just expected him to be a smartass, making fun of his dad for not finishing the speech or whatever. But this just feels, like I said, out of character. And then immediately after, we get a conversation between Boruto and his job mentor, where the job mentor compliments Boruto through saying that his dad is so awesome. And then Boruto is dismissive of that, which makes sense to me because that's Boruto's whole thing. He's trying to break out of his dad's shadow and be his own person. It's still weird that he was so cold earlier. And then we get a ghost sighting at Senju Park. That's cool as hell. Learning more places in the village actually have names. And I don't know that if this was an add-on from Naruto where he's paying his respects to the Hokages that were before him, or if this was Hiruzen, but I have never heard of this being referred to as Senju Park, and that is awesome to me. We also learn more about the secret villain and the possible connection to the Anbu Foundation organization, which I think it's just a treat to the Naruto fans. We also see some of Naruto's insecurities about being a father, growing up without his own. He's scared that he doesn't know what to do and what it means to be a dad. He's afraid that he's unable to connect with his son, and he wants to be a good father, but he struggles to find a good work-life balance, and you can see that alongside his work of Hokage. This weighs on him. It's a really good scene. It makes Naruto seem a bit more human. And I don't know if I said it before, I just love any scene in this show that has Naruto. But this episode ends with a scene of Sumire unconscious in a pool of water and her clothes are tattered after a big explosion. Cool, I guess. Episode 11, The Shadow of the Mastermind. We open with Sumire in the hospital. Apparently, she saved 2 other kunoichi from the ghost at the power plant, but she gives credit to Naruto, who was in the area. Boruto rushes in the room, really concerned for her. He's taken these incidents really to heart. When he sees that he couldn't stop one, he's genuinely guilty. It's interesting to see his concern for his earlier mess up. When Naruto comes in the room, radiating mad dad energy, grabbing his son by the ear, pulling him into the room to see the body of one of the cursed victims. And he looks very pale, like pale jerky. Jerky. We also see Sakura, and that's the end of that. Naruto then lectures his son, telling him to stay away from this. He's not an adult and this is dangerous. People die. He's not ready for combat. He hasn't seen the world or the horrors of battle. Boruto doesn't understand what he's getting himself into, and that, honestly, Naruto has a real point that we're going to immediately ignore because Shino walks into the room, telling Naruto how to raise his son. And quote for quote, children can surprise adults when we treat them like adults. And Naruto just goes with it. And I feel like he gave up a little too early or easy in this argument. Maybe we can chalk it up to him testing his son's determination. Hopefully it will be elaborated on future, but I doubt it. Like, I really mean this interaction could have been really cool. It could have been Boruto's chance to show his father that he has determination, that he won't back down. But instead, we get Shino walking into the room saying, I know Boruto can do this. I've been his teacher for a whole 3 weeks, and shut the fuck up. That being said, I do respect Shino for standing up for his students. They did save him from possession, and in anime, we always support the supportive teacher. We also learned that Boruto's clones are way weaker than Naruto's were at the same age. They have to be in his sight line for him to maintain them. That's weird, right? And Sumire is either an orphan or has neglectful parents. She was really looking at her friend's parents the same way as Naruto did. Speaking of Naruto, he had a cool moment with Sai, where Sai is determined to help a person, especially if it's a member of the Foundation, so that they aren't bound by that stupid ideology. We also get to see the main villain, they manipulate the boss of the post office, and he fights with his mail bending. I forgot that was a thing. He fights with his mail bending powers. Not metal, mail. And metal is the best boy. If you know, you know. But enough of that episode. Let's go on to the next one. Episode 12, Boruto and Mitsuki. We open up with Mitsuki talking to a snake. It's Orochimaru. Where Mitsuki admits that he already knows who's the main villain is. And I'm not going to lie with you. I just remembered who it is myself. And like, this show does not do a good job of showcasing their main villain. I don't know if they're doing it like all mysterious and ambiguous, but they haven't given any hints for the audience. But I do kind of like how ambiguous they're leaving it. However, it would be stupid of me to say it wouldn't be cooler if they were to give some hints to the audience so that we could figure it out alongside the characters and more observant viewers could just go, it's them! And after the intro, the class runs a super fun looking obstacle course that honestly I would love to try. Seriously, like in basic, we only had this really boring obstacle course, but this one looks fun. I did do an Air Force course, and it was awesome. So I would love to try this one. We also see Denki getting better, and Kakashi's son. I don't care what you say. It's Kakashi's son. I mean, look at the mask. They're identical. They're obviously related. And we get more of Boruto's personality. He sacrifices his chance to pass the course on time just to help his friends. Again, MC things, MC things. Mitsuki's genuine confusion about the concept of being good company. We also get Moegi. And first time, allow me to say, goddamn, girl got a glow up. She did the impossible. No, I don't mean secretly being a Senju because, yeah, that's cool and all. She turned the ugliest hairstyle in the goddamn world fashionable. Don't know how she did it, but go you, girl. You rocking. We also get a pretty cool scene with Inojin and Mitsuki, my favorite characters right now, reacting with each other. And Inojin is just straightforward to Mitsuki, who is completely bewildered. I just like to see these two interact. Mitsuki's my favorite right now, and so is Inojin, so I enjoy it before they ruin the characters. We also see, like, this very ominous scene that I don't think they were trying to make scary, but they ruined it. It's Sumare's mother brushing her hair while auditioning to be the next character in Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th. I mean, look at her face. She looks like the girl from the Ring series had an older sister. No, she looks like her face was used as a mop one too many times. She looks like a bleached French fry dipped in novelty purple ketchup. At any second, I'm wondering if she's going to say, "This is my swamp." Okay, I'm done. Actually, no, hold up, one more. She looks like Bill Nye the Science Guy with dead eyes got resurrected and died one more time with that fucked up hairline. I'm done. We then get this scene with Sumire and Mitsuki, where we learn Sumire is more like Sasuke than Naruto, whereas I thought earlier, where she remembers her parents being killed, probably through a nightmare, because, I mean, look at her mother! She looks like the ungodly tail spawn of Freddy and Jason got born with a perma mask that she could never take off. She looks like the girl you found at the bar, you take home, wake up next to her and realize you just had one too many drinks. And as her and Mitsuki talk, I actually had to check both versions just to see like the same ominous tone that they had throughout the conversation. And the voice actor did amazing in both. I genuinely mean that. There's some way she's conveying the emotions that she is hiding her true feelings throughout this entire conversation, and it is genuinely ominous. And I just gotta give kudos to the voice actors real quick. Honestly, for that one, that was beautiful. But after this, we get an amazing scene with the Uzumaki family and Mitsuki. And we get to see Boruto's feelings explode when his dad gets called into work, where he admits that he just really misses his dad, but hates the Hokage. And honestly, it recontextualizes every scene with Boruto and Naruto together. And I mean that. Take this knowledge that you learned here, that Boruto loves his dad and misses his dad, but just hates the Hokage, and rewatch scenes that Boruto and Naruto were in before the whole movie arc deal. Because Boruto genuinely separates the two in his head. He has his dad, and when he talks to his dad, you can see that he just wants his dad's attention. He wants his dad to notice him, and he wants his dad to be there more. But then scenes when he talks to Naruto as the Hokage, he's cold, he's distant, and he just doesn't respond. So that scene that I was confused on when Boruto was being overly aggressive towards his father, it wasn't his father he was being overly aggressive towards. It was the Hokage. And with that bit of knowledge, rewatching those scenes, it opened my eyes to an amazing level of foreshadowing and storytelling, as well as visual storytelling in the way Boruto physically acted during those scenes. It's genuinely amazing and sort of mind-blowing that it happened out of the blue. It really just revisualized everything I had about Boruto. He loves his dad, but he's angry that Naruto let the Hokage take him away from his family. I mean that genuinely. Like, this scene right here really hit me hard. Like, I had to rewatch stuff. Like, I've never done that before. One scene has never made me do that before. Maybe it's because I'm being more analytical when I was writing this, but like, you can see it. Naruto, in the pursuit of his dreams, finally did it and became the Hokage. And his Hokage responsibilities took him away from his family. Hinata is old enough to understand what Naruto was doing is important, that he has to be gone, that he has to do this stuff. Himawari is too young to understand. She just thinks that this is normal for her family. But Boruto, he's in the middle. He's right there, dab schmab in the middle. His dad was there for him most of his life. But in the last few years, the Hokage made it so that he never sees his dad anymore, except for early in the morning before he leaves. And they don't even talk then. It's crazy. I love this episode. I genuinely love this episode. We also see Mitsuki's birth from everybody's favorite agender legend we all respect and love, Orochimaru, pushing the world forward since the early 1990s. Let's just ignore his desperate need for the body of a child or children and the grooming and the predatory behavior, mass murder, unethical experimentation, mass destruction, treason, terrorism, torture, abuse, corruption. So, yeah, let's ignore assault, all that. Crimes against humanity. Orochimaru is the LGBTQ civil rights alphabet army trendsetter, because the weirder parts of the Naruto fandom are promoting that for some reason. And I genuinely feel like there are better heroes than Orochimaru. So, moving on, Mitsuki admits that he was trolling and knew the cause and the culprit of this whole investigation that has been on for the last 13 episodes, or 12 episodes, from the beginning. Episode 13. Yeah, Sumire. Sumire is the villain. If you couldn't figure it out, it was Sumire, because, you know, they gave us so many hints to figure that out on our own. Yeah, we should have done that. We should be better. We should be better. So yeah, Sumire is the main villain, and we find out that her dad is a Danzo dick rider. So sing it with me now.
Dick riding.
For Danzo.
Dick riding for tomorrow.
Okay.
Dick riding for today.
Okay.
Dick riding for the straight.
Okay.
Dick riding for the gay.
So we could wait. Hold up. Did you not laugh at that joke? Are you kidding? If you didn't laugh at this, did you not laugh at any of those jokes before? You made it this far in the video without laughing once? Are you serious? I mean, you made it this far without laughing once. How dare you? How dare you, sir or madam? We do not judge here, but you can throw a pity laugh my way. God damn, man. For real, you ain't laugh? I thought it was funny. No, it is funny. I'm shaming you. You should have laughed. You know what? I did nothing wrong. I'm the anime guy. You know what? I embarrass myself publicly every day for your humor and entertainment, and you didn't laugh once. You're much confident. No. You don't deserve my rage. No, you don't deserve it. All right, let's get back to the video. I bet that got your attention again, huh? We cut back to this badass tattoo on Sumire's back. Yeah, look at it. And then we get the return of the GOAT Kakashi Hatake. And then they try to say that each victim had direct contact with Sumire, but no, that's a lie. There was Denki, the actor, and the other student, but that's it. Everything else seems like a stretch, but you know, it's a show about ninja, so maybe I missed something. And then we learned Danzo had a legacy, the Gozu Tenno, which is really cool. A summoning seal embedded in your person. A technique made to replicate the abilities of Kaguya, but it really only makes you a bomb. So, I mean, you get a giant summoning demon that can devour people's chakra as well as portal you to a pocket dimension. But it's also a fucking bomb tied to your life. So, you know, not the coolest jutsu, but it does, however, make her a really dope amalgamation of Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto holding the demon inside of her and Sasuke with her dead family. All she's missing is the badass family members. All she has is her mom and her dad, who's a Donzo dick rider.
Dick riding.
For Donzo, for Donzo.
Dick riding for tomorrow.
Okay.
Dick riding for today.
Okay.
Dick riding for the straight.
Okay.
Dick riding for the gay.
It doesn't really matter, honestly. And I think Boruto's eye opened the portal, but it wasn't super clear because Shimura summoning Nue was able to attack from the portal that I think Boruto opened and jumped through. But final episode of this arc, episode 14. Only Boruto can see. And to continue from my last point, no, it was Nue using Kaguya's abilities to dimension hop. It wasn't Boruto. But it is a freaking awesome concept. I hope they utilize Sumerae's character in the future. I know that they don't in the immediate future, but I mean, here's hoping when the car organization attack or code, whatever it is. But hopefully, yeah, they do use their abilities in the future. And if they don't, hell, I know I will because it's fucking cool. After the dimension hop, we get a short but beautifully animated fight scene of Boruto versus Nue, where Boruto's eye gets some new abilities like seeing chakra networks of a summoning, which again, I'm super happy for. It's finally some development of his ability, which seemed hyper specific before, only able to see dark chakra, now seeing weak points, which is actually useful in a shonen, in a fight. It's cool as for a ninja. And after they take down the big bad beast, we get the big bad Sumerae. And Boruto is trying to get her to come back to the village while Mitsuki just wants to scrap. He don't care about no talk no jutsu, and he's my favorite for it. And this is the point where Sumerae realizes, oh shit, the plan wasn't ready. I launched an attack on the hidden leaf. The plan wasn't ready. Oh my God, I'm a child. I'm a child who just started a war with the fucking Hokage. Oh God. Yeah, no, she's panicked, like frozen panicked. She don't know what to do next. And fair. I wouldn't want to fight Naruto either. So Boruto's trying to get her to chill while we learn more of her backstory. We see that her mother was a saint with the face of Satan's taint, and being forced into social exile killed her. But much like an anime filler villain, it can't be his fault. No, it's the village's problem. He just served Ninja Hitler. No, it's the village's fault for not understanding. Killing an entire race of people wasn't that bad. Then he said the mantra of all anime video game henchmen dick ride till they die villains and traumatized his daughter. And Mitsuki did not care. He just kept throwing hands. And then Boruto pulls a Sakura as he then convinces her to stop the fighting and come back to the village. And we lose the coolest thing about Sumerae's design. That dope ass back tattoo. It breaks. And that was our first arc of Boruto. I'm excited to say that it wasn't bad. Most of it does kind of amount to feeling like filler, but it wasn't. It is canon, and I do think that it is a genuinely good start to a Naruto spin-off series, being Boruto, The Next Generations, and I am genuinely excited to watch season 2. I want to see where they go from here. So hopefully when the next part comes out and we get to react to the next arc, which I believe is the Sarada one, which is dope. Yeah, the Sarada Uchiha arc. I am super excited, and I hope you guys tune in to the next one. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What you rate it? God, this video is longer than I expected it to be, but I think it just shows that we got a lot of content out of Boruto so far, and genuinely speaking, I'm excited to see where this show goes. I hope you can join the ride next time we go through. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that the video was actually funny for you. If you didn't laugh, again, shame on you. But if you did make it this far in the video, right? I can't believe Danzo swung that way in the comments. So I know this is a fun experiment. I hope that it turns out well, and I hope that people actually enjoyed this, because I do want to do more stuff like this. I have a Chainsaw Man one coming up. If you didn't know, I'm also working on the What If Frieza Turned Good, What If Naruto and One Piece were the same universe, What If Goku went to Namek. I'm working on a lot of those. I got another song on the way. I got a Goku song coming up and a Frieza song coming up. I'm redoing the Naruto song. I'm probably going to post these all on a separate channel just for different. I think the music isn't doing well on the channel for reasons that I personally can't comprehend. But other than that, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You guys know the rest. Hit that bell if you want to be updated when new content comes out, because I'm going to try and be more consistent on the channel. It's been a while, but I hope that this video is good. I hope that I edit it well, because this is going to be a process. I can't say I'm going to get lazy on it, because I don't want this video to get claimed, but the song that's in this video might get it claimed, so there's no avoiding it at this point. Again, like, comment, subscribe, do the works. Don't really know how to end this video, so for peace and love, OnoKage out. Peace.
Nobody speak, nobody get choked. If you run the homie, gonna get smoked. No time for the lame ass jokes. I'm the GOAT. You a gringo when that story's been told. I make money moves, controlling every view. Oh no, you got hella proof, but no one's helping you. What's wrong? Now you on your own, you really want to smoke. Oh no, Chico really done did wrong. What's wrong? The hollow meta in the skyliss, bro. Keep talking crazy, I might go post though. Always trouble when they go too far. Nobody messing me familiar. Father.